Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a deload training, so no warm-up is required, since I'm using only about 60% of usual weights. Dumbbell lateral raises are my go-to exercise for side delts, and to achieve wider shoulders you should train side delts. It's a small muscle, so hit it with reps and volume, not heavy weight. Unless you want to damage your shoulder joints, but then don't cry later, I warned you. As you know, it's not about moving the weight, but about stimulating the muscle. Small muscle groups would require more reps and volume in order to grow, at least in my experience. When doing side laterals, keep your torso still, with legs about shoulders width apart. Your arms should be bent moderately in the elbows, but not too much. But also don't keep your arms straight. If you have a mirror in the gym, look for the form in the mirror. The dumbbells should be lifted with side delts and not traps. So if you're using your traps, then lower the weight and focus on the form. Your arms should run parallel, not higher than neck. So don't lift your hands too high. Face pull exercise target your real deltoid, trapezius, rhomboids and rotator cuff, particularly the muscles that stabilize the shoulder joint, such as infraspinatus and teres major. Rotator cuff, as you get older, the tendons can undergo wear and tear, and injuries can also occur from overuse. Let's not forget that primary function of the rotator cuff is to keep the head of the humerus, upper arm bone, centered in the shallow socket of the scapula, the shoulder blade. Common mistakes are using too much weight and jerking, which removes tension from the rear delts. Try to control movement with slower return, brace core, and avoid swinging. You can use split stance to have better stability. If you are pulling to the chest or chin, it's wrong. Instead, pull to the forehead, eyes to engage rear delts. When pulling, flare your elbows up and out, keeping them high. Holding rope too tightly, not rotating hands. Use an overhand or underhand grip, whichever feels better. Let palms face in at the end and focus on external rotation. If you have no eccentric control and letting weights snap back, well, don't do this. Slowly return to the start, allowing shoulders to protract slightly before initiating the next rep. Squeezing shoulder blades first. This is bad starting posture. To fix that, start with shoulders slightly rounded forward, initiate pull with elbows, then squeeze at the peak. Wide grip upright row primarily works the deltoids and trapezius muscles, with a greater emphasis on the lateral deltoids. It also engages the biceps and other upper back muscles like the rhomboids for stability. So the primary muscles worked are deltoids, so all three heads of the deltoid are involved. But the wider grip places more emphasis on the lateral or side deltoids and the trapezius as well. So this muscle in the upper back is a major mover, especially in the shrugging component of the lift. Common mistakes and fixes. A narrow grip forces internal shoulder rotation, risking impingement. Use a grip around shoulder width, or I would suggest even slightly wider. And lifting the bar above shoulder height towards the chin increases impingement risk. So stop when elbows are at shoulder level or bar reaches lower chest or ribs. Keep your shoulder blades pulled back and down. Using a bouncing motion or jerking the weight to initiate the lift, focus on controlled movement. And also another one mistake will be not leading the movement with the elbows, which reduces effectiveness. Think elbows leading the way. Triceps pushdown. Triceps brachii is the main target muscle. So the pushdown movement effectively works all three heads, which are located on the back of the upper arm. However, two of them, lateral and medial heads, are more involved than long head. You can do this exercise unilaterally or with one hand for a change. And also, if you do underhand pushdown, that is when your palms are facing up, you will see that you can't lift so much, because this puts even more emphasis on medial head, and this head is the smallest of them all. When you do triceps pushdowns, keep your elbows tucked in and don't let elbows flare away from your sides, as this will shift tension to your shoulders and chest. You can hinge slightly at the hips and bend the knees to create a stable forward-leaning posture for better range. Also keep an eye on the movement of the upper arm. Your upper arm should be still, and all what is moving are forearms. Triceps extension. Triceps extensions work all three heads of the triceps muscle, with a greater emphasis on the long head. And the long head makes most of the volume of the triceps muscles. Overall, your triceps, in comparison with biceps, make up about 70% of your arm mass, and long head is your triceps powerhouse. Studies show overhead extensions cause the most growth across all three heads compared to other exercises, while overhead movements are particularly effective for the long head. Don't let your elbows drift out to the sides or swing forward, and hence engaging shoulders and chest. Keep your elbows tucked in and pointed forward. It really depends on your flexibility and body frame. However, try to minimize upper arm movement, so use less weight if needed. Also be wary not to arch your back too much to keep stress off your lower back, especially for the guys who have problems with the lower backs. Control both the lowering, eccentric, and lifting, concentric phases. Don't just drop the weight or bounce up the weight. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and if you don't mind, hit like and subscribe buttons to help my channel. If you have any questions, write in the box below or message me on Facebook or Instagram. And as always, have a great workout, brothers, and see you at the next video.